going on, guys? Tech Ninja 81. So I think one of the most common questions any motovlogger is probably asked is, what's your camera setup? What camera do you recommend, and how do you set up your sound? Well, you know what? I still don't even know myself. I'm still playing around with that. But as it is right now, most recently, I am using a GoPro HD1080P. I just set up a new audio dealie. I've had the worst time getting audio set up in my videos, which is why it's taken me essentially 3 years to get to motovlogging, at least you know, as far as actual vlogging and talking in your videos goes. The reason for that is because most of the cameras out there, most of the helmet cams, suck for that. I started out with the ContourHD1080P model. I'll give you a very, very quick mini review of the cameras I've used over the years. And let me start with the Contour. Let's put it this way. Has a pretty high video quality in the daytime. If you tweak the settings, it can be decent at night. Any of you that are into digital photography and digital video work know that most of these devices really do suck in low light, especially at nighttime in areas that are poorly lit. But at the time, comparing between the Contour and the first generation GoPro 1080, sorry, HD Hero that is, the Contour could definitely function a bit better at nighttime, while the GoPro HD Hero was better in daytime. What really sucked on the Contour though, and in my opinion still does suck even on some of the newer models, is the audio. Right now, if I were using my Contour, you'd probably see the street fairly well, but all you would be hearing would be horrible wind noise. And I'm talking like that loud screeching type of sound, not the rumbling bassy sound that you get with some cameras. The Contour just sucked for wind noise. What was nice about it was you could switch between two different video modes, so you could have, say, 1080p or 720p. You could adjust the width, I guess you could call it, the point of view. Sorry, field of view, that's what I'm looking for. And the Contour does have a pretty nice field of view. Switching over to the GoPro HD Hero 1, the 1080p model, not the 960. Almost the opposite of the Contour. The first generation GoPro HD Hero 1080 had excellent audio for the most part. Because of the case that it comes in, it would help quite a bit with wind noise. Video quality is very sharp. I found that the color was probably a little bit more true than the Contour. But its nighttime performance was horrible. Say right now at this intersection, you'd be able to see the lights, but you wouldn't really see much of anything else. You had to have a decent amount of lighting for the video quality to be usable. The GoPro, because of its cases, you could switch between using a waterproof and non-waterproof case, which I found very handy because I frequently ride in the rain. And although I did have a waterproof case for the Contour, it was not practical to me. It's this great big hulking case that goes over it, and I hated carrying the thing with me, so I just never wound up using it. As a result, I shorted out the Contour a few times, which is why I stopped using it regularly. I got to a point where I'd be using the GoPro in the daytime and the Contour at nighttime, which is a hassle when you start switching back and forth between two different cameras because of their video capabilities. It's just not practical. So now, getting on from that to the GoPro HD Hero 2, which I'm now using. This is the camera I'm using to video this. I love this camera. The video quality has been noticeably improved. You can select between wide angle views at pretty much any resolution. You can shoot at 30 or 60 frames per second at 720. I believe only 30 frames at 1080. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have the spec sheets here. It's not like I could really read them if I did. But where I'm noticing the biggest differences is the color. The color on the HD Hero 2 is amazing. It's much truer than either of the aforementioned cameras. The video seems even smoother to me than the original HD Hero. And the nighttime performance is greatly improved. I now only use the GoPro HD Hero 2. That said, still one of the biggest drawbacks as a motovlogger, which has been the case with every camera I've tried, is there's no freaking good microphone setup. The Contour, up until one of the most recent models anyways, simply didn't have a microphone input at all. I don't think the HD Hero 1 did either, but I'm not sure. I never really thought of it back then. What I wound up doing when I was trying to do any kind of audio vlog was use a voice recorder with a microphone wired up into my helmet, which is actually the same microphone I'm using now. But here's the difference. The HD Hero 2 has a microphone jack. It's apparently a stereo jack, but I have no way of testing that. But yeah, I've got a microphone that's wired up inside my helmet, hooked up to the GoPro directly, which to me saves me so much trouble because it means no more clumsy video editing where I've got to edit the audio and video tracks together and try to sync them up and make sure the audio works, because I was having all kinds of problems with that before. Now, hopefully, everything will just work. So if you're looking for a recommendation for me on what camera to use, get the HD Hero 2. It's the only one I've used yet so far that I've been truly impressed all around with. It's still not the greatest at night. I mean, I'm not going to say it's perfect at night, because you can probably tell right now it still doesn't pick up a lot of detail, but it's a lot better than the other ones I've tried. As far as motovloggers go, I hate these lights that don't change. Of course now it does. Another popular cam that I've been hearing is the Drift, or Drift HD. I can't speak for them as I've never tried one, but it has been a very popular camera with online vloggers, so look into that as another option. But yeah, my own personal opinion is the GoPro HD Hero 2. I think I was saying I was going to tell you how I've got it set up. Speed demons. So yeah, I've got, right now, what I wound up doing is, there is a skeleton case you can get for the HD Hero 2, but I couldn't find it anywhere locally. So what I've done is I've actually used a Dremel tool to very clumsily drill a hole into my waterproof case, where the microphone jack sits behind. So I just got the mic plugged into that. Like I said, it's wired up into my helmet. I've got it sitting just off to the side of my mouth right now, so hopefully it's not too loud. Hopefully when I take a breath or exhale, it's not going directly onto the mic, which would produce a pretty nasty sound. You can't really tell from the video, but it's sitting off to my right-hand side, just slightly. Pretty much at my chin, but just to the right. So it gets a pretty good perspective of exactly what I see, versus being mounted far on the side of the helmet or up on the top, which I've never really liked those perspectives. That's pretty much it. I mean, no special equipment or anything like that. Just make sure you use a decent SD card. I've got a Class 10 Professional Series SD card in mind, which definitely helps with the video transfers. Other than that, there's really nothing fancy to it. The most difficult thing I find is placing the camera properly, and like I said, with audio, getting that set up. I think that's it for now. I've rambled quite a bit. This video wound up being a lot longer than I planned on it being, so I'm going to let you go for now. If you have any questions, feel free to post them to my wall or send me a message, and I'll answer as much as I can. Alright guys, take it easy.